Hey everyone, Gunsnipe here. In today's GTA video, I'm going to be reviewing the latest update to Import-Export DLC. That's right, in this video, I'll be talking about everything that has come out with this update, from the new cars to the Import-Export system itself. Now, before I get into this video, I'd like to apologize for the lateness of this video. My computer crashed and all the footage that I originally captured was lost, so I had to redo this video. But now everything's working, plus my PSN subscription has been renewed for another year, so now I'll be making more videos. With that out of the way, let's get right into the video. Now before I do the review of this update, I want to clarify something in my last video guide on how to use the three business systems together. In my last video guide, I said something along the lines of running each business 3 times. I want to clarify on this. You don't have to necessarily run every business 3 times. The only one that I strongly recommend doing 3 times is the Forgery Document Office if you have this one. This business, with it fully upgraded, will only net you $126,000 when you do the cross the map sell mission. While this business pales in comparison to the others like the coke lockup in the meth lab, it's the fastest product producing business at 3 hours 16 minutes each time. So run that one at least 3 times and run the others at least once. Now another thing about the MC business I said was about the product bar. Now when I said to allow your business to fill it up with product before selling it, I meant allow it to fill up all 5 sections of the product bar before selling your product. You won't make nearly the maximum amount if you fill up just 1 or 2 sections of the bar. So fill up all 5 sections of the product bar before you sell your product. One more thing I need to clarify is the steps that I presented in my last video. So instead of going through them again, I'll leave a link in the description down below of a text file that will instruct you on how to properly do the methods. So the Import-Export update came out in December 2016 as an expansion to the Further Adventures in Finance and Felony update, where players, instead of buying and selling crates, you're stealing and selling cars. It's a pretty straightforward update that offers a ton of new content, the first of which is an expansion to the CEO offices. Players can now own 3 CEO garages at their office. Each one can hold 20 cars each, giving players 60 cars in total. Add that to the 6 properties plus the MC Clubhouse gives a grand total of 130 vehicle slots. Each CEO garage has its own set of customizations that will add up to the total amount you'll be spending. You can buy the garages separately or in bulk. When you buy them in bulk, it will cost at least a little over $5 million. Now you can also get a CEO mechanic. Similar to the biker update, the CEO office now has its own mechanic that can do everything that both LSC and Benny's can normally do. That's right, with the CEO mechanic, Benny's garage has essentially become obsolete, so you don't have to worry about driving over there and risk getting jumped on by other players. The only reason at this point of ever going to either location is to sell a vehicle you don't want anymore. The new vehicles that Rockstar has given us are pretty solid in my opinion. There's 25 new vehicles added, with most of them being custom variants of the vehicles. The new vehicles that Rockstar has given us are pretty solid in my opinion. There's 25 new vehicles added, with most of them being custom variants of the old and new cars. First, there's the Pengasi Tempesta. It goes for $1,329,000. Then there's the Ocelot Penetrator. This one's a supercar, but it has a classic look to it. It goes for $880,000. One of 2 bikes that can be bought and upgraded by Benny is the Principe Diablos, and it goes for $169,000 for the stock version. The Trifade Nero can also be bought at Benny's, and it goes for $1.4 million. Now this car is my personal favorite when it comes to these standard cars because it's a beefed up version of the Adder, and it also has a retractable spoiler just like the Progen T20. The Pfister Comet was added to Benny's stock for the retro custom version. Just like on the legendary motorsport website, this car also sells for $100,000. The second bike that can be brought to Benny's for its custom variant is the Pegaso FCR 1000. Now, if you don't know what this bike is, this bike was originally on the first GTA San Andreas back in 2004. This bike goes for $135,000. The other supercar that you can buy from Benny is the Progen Italy GTB. It goes for $1.189 million and it has a custom upgrade variant too. The Ducati Spectre, the James Bond-esque looking car, goes for $599,000 and it too has a custom variant. Now I wasn't going to show this car off because it's been in the game since day one, just like the Comet, but you can now buy the Anis Elegy RH8 from Benny's, but it's only going to cost you $95,000 if you're not a member of the social club. If you are a member of the social club, it's going to be free for you. And just like with the Diablos, the Nero, the Comet, the FCR 1000, the Italy GTB, and the Spectre, the Anis Elegy has a custom variant. Now, of all the standard cars that came out with this update, my favorite one is the Truffade Nero. Like I said, this is a beefed up version of the Adder, and unlike the Adder, it has a retractable spoiler similar to that of the Progen T20. Of course, everyone's favorite car is gonna be the Anis Elegy Retro Custom, which is an upgrade that the Elegy can get from either the CEO Mechanic or at Benny's for a steep price of $904,000. This upgrade will make the Elegy look like the car that the late actor Paul Walker used in the Fast and the Furious movies. Now, as a buyer beware, unless you like the custom variants of the new and old cars, I highly advise against upgrading to the custom variants because these versions are actually slower than their stock counterparts. So if you want to race with the new cars, use the stock versions, customize them at your mechanic or at LSE or at Benny's, but don't upgrade them to the custom variants. Now, apart from the standard vehicles, Rockstar has also added 8 new special vehicles that make free mode more chaotic. These vehicles are located on the Warstock website and they're not, I repeat, not cheap in the slightest. The prices range anywhere between $656,000 to $5.7 million. But before you can own any of these vehicles, you need to purchase a vehicle warehouse since these vehicles cannot be stored in your regular garages. You can purchase one off of the SecuroServe network in your office while in a public lobby. Each warehouse does the same thing. They hold 40 vehicles that you steal, has its own mechanic, has the same 3 customizations, and has an underground space for your special vehicles. The price of each warehouse is solely based on the location, so you can get the cheapest warehouse and it'll do the same thing as the most expensive one. Speaking of the special vehicles, as I mentioned, there's 8 in total and they're not cheap. There's the MTL Wastelander, the Karin Technical Aqua, the Nagasaki Blazer Aqua, the Joe Built Phantom Wedge, the Brute Armored Boxville, the BF Ramp Buggy, the Coil Rocket Voltic, and lastly, the Impante Ruiner 2000, also known as Skid from Knight Rider. When you first get on and view these vehicles, they'll have 2 price points. The first is its base price. If you want these vehicles outright, you'll be paying a ton of money. When you first get on and view these vehicles, they'll have 2 price points. The first is its base price. Now if you want these vehicles outright, you'll be paying a ton of money. The MTL Wastelander will go for $656,350. The Karin Technical Aqua will go for $1,489,600. The Nagasaki Blazer Aqua will go for $1,755,600. The Joe built Phantom Wedge will go for $2,553,000. The Brute Armored Boxville will go for $2,926,000. The BF Ramp Buggy will go for $3,192,000. The Coil Rocket Voltic will go for $3,830,000, and the Impante Ruiner 2000 will go for $5,745,000, making this vehicle the most expensive vehicle in the game. But the second price is the trade-in price. By doing the special vehicle missions related to that vehicle and completing it, you'll receive a discount for that vehicle. It won't be much, but it'll save you a few $1,000,000. Now, unfortunately, when it comes to the special vehicles, their post-production counterparts that we buy are nerfed hard. Both the Ramp Buggy and the Phantom Wedge have a 30 to 40 car limit, meaning that after hitting or ramping 30 vehicles, they'll start to smoke and catch on fire. The Armored Boxville is anything but armored, meaning that one rocket, one grenade, one sticky, one proxy, one whatever will take it out. Even its tires aren't bulletproof. Same thing goes with the Phantom Wedge. The recharge time on the rocket for the Voltic is 10 seconds, and the rockets on the Ruiner 2000 is limited to only 8. Once they're gone till you go back to your vehicle warehouse to restock. I'll do a separate video later on each of the vehicle's abilities. Some of the special vehicles can be customized at LSC. The Ramp Buggy, the Blazer Aqua, the Technical Aqua, the Rocket Voltic, and the Ruiner 2000 can be fully customized at LSC, but don't expect to take these vehicles to the mechanic and sell them. You won't be able to. Other than the new vehicles, Rockstar added new abilities into our interactive menu, one of which is the Loan Requested ability, and that's to change our character's appearance. For $100,000, you can change your character's appearance by going back to the character creation screen. Rockstar has made it clear that we cannot change our character's gender. There's also a new illumination option for outfits that light up like the Deadline outfit. Now players can have the option to turn the outfits on, flash, pulse, or turn the lights off completely. Rockstar has finally listened to the community and has lifted a few restrictions on our outfits. Most noticeably is the ability to wear a mask and helmet together. But only certain masks and helmets work, so if you want to wear a bulletproof helmet with the tactical mask, you'll still need to do a glitch to get it to work. There are also new outfits that you can get, including a new bodysuit that glows just like the Deadline outfit.
I think I understand.
There's
Are you
also
trying to
new
sell me a
adversary modes
marmoset
that came
to
out
raise
with this
money to
update.
save gorillas?
There's Turf Wars, Juggernaut, regular Vehicle Vendetta and Vehicle Street Vendetta, and lastly, Collection Time. Rockstar has also added several new VIP jobs that revolve around the special vehicles. There's Plowed, Fully Loaded, Amphibious Assault, Transporter, Fortified, Velocity, Ramped Up, and Stockpile. These jobs will pay anywhere between $18,000 to $35,000, so owning any of the special vehicles do pay out in the end. Now, just like with every update in the past, this update had its own share of bugs. Most of the ones I've encountered were major in part, close to game breaking in my opinion. And it all revolves around the Cargo Bob and the import and export system in general. For the Cargo Bob, the helicopter would randomly disappear and explode, or when I'm using it to export a vehicle to its buyer, the car would randomly detach from the hook, causing major damage to the car when it lands and losing profit. As for the import and export part, I've encountered instances where when I'm getting a vehicle, when I get to it, it's missing a door and the game would give me a $3,000 repair bill alone for the missing door. But the worst bug I've seen is when I'm alone in a lobby. I'm importing a vehicle and either a random or one of my friends joins the lobby, and when they either lag out or just leave, the car would spontaneously catch on fire and it'll explode, making me lose the vehicle. If this happens to anyone, contact Rockstar support and they will more than happy to compensate you for your loss. Lastly, there's the big part of this update, and that's the import and export system. Now, there isn't much left to say since I pretty much covered most of it in my previous video. The system is straightforward. Source a vehicle, bring it to your warehouse, do customizations to said vehicle, bring it to the buyer without sustaining any damage for the maximum profit, rinse and repeat. But needless to say, this update coupled with the MC Biker businesses are now the best ways to make money now, since that Rockstar has now patched the Pacific Standard Bank heist glitch, where players were able to get into their apartment next to where the bikes were stored at and drive out with their armored Kurumas, making that portion of the heist so much easier to get from the bank to the dinghy in Raton Canyon. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please drop a like, subscribe, share, or comment for more videos like this. I will be doing a video soon about the different special vehicles and what their abilities are, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you all in the next one.